Side Scrollers is brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. It's time for Side Scrollers on YouTube.com. With me, Stuttering Craig. You got a goal? Go get it. Adam Krigler.
Hi, buddy.
Blab.
Hi, chat. I love you. Mwah.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
Hi, guys.
And brought to you by you, the G2 community, at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and Twitch.tv. For how long, we'll find out. Good to see you guys. What's going on? I'm Stuttering Craig. Welcome to the #1 video game and entertainment podcast on planet Earth, where today we will not talk video games at all. Now we'll talk video games a little bit. Good to see you guys. Thanks so much for finding us. Let's effing go. Let's introduce the team. Hello, Travis Keys.
Good morning. I'm here and ready.
Ready to go. Are you an alien?
I'm 1/4 alien, like quarter Black Garrett.
Is that how you identify? That's great.
Mm-hmm.
100% Guamanian. That's how she identifies. It's Blabs.
Yeah, so Travis, if you put on that you're like part alien, do you get like more bonus points and all that on your like CVs and stuff?
I get to probe people.
Oh. Okay.
Right. Speaking of probing people, let's introduce our guest today. It's Flawed.
Hi, man.
That was funny. It caught me.
I saw you react. That's why I brought you on. So, how are you, man?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Glad you're with us, man. It's going to be a fun conversation. Probably spearheaded by the greatest gamer in the room. It's Adam Krigler.
Oh my goodness, the try hard sweat.
Oh, Adam, you're muted.
You're muted, my man.
Fuck
Boomer.
Travis.
Travis, was that a gay joke?
I think it
It could have been.
halfway.
Okay.
Oh,
It's kind of funny.
quarter
It was
gay
funny.
joke. It was a
It was a
quarter
quarter gauge joke.
Quarter gay. Right.
Love it.
What's up, Flawed? How you doing, my man?
What's going on, Craig? How you doing?
Oh, wait. Sorry, you were talking shit.
I was.
Who's this? Why are we bringing this guy back? Sorry, I
You're
wasn't
fed.
sure how we were going to go into this today, but I see. I see.
I always come with violence. If it's you, I'm violent every time.
Of course, not surprising.
It's so much to talk about. I'll tell you this, man. We today is like Forbidden Frontiers cross side shows. We need to get X-Ray on. We need to get Gary on because this is going to be one of my. I love talking about this stuff.
We haven't talked about it on the show, have we?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm very excited to talk about aliens today. Very excited.
Okay.
But we do have a little bit of gaming stuff to talk about today. A little bit of gaming stuff. But before we do, want to remind everybody that you guys can find us over on rumble.com/sidescrollers if you are tuning in over on YouTube. We are slowly transitioning over there because who knows how long we'll be able to say whatever we want to say over here on YouTube with the copyright system and hey, aliens are real, and then slap you, whatever, right?
Well, and Twitch isn't allowing multi-streaming anymore, right? So
right.
Yep.
So for those of you guys watching over on Twitch, we're going to encourage you guys to make the transition over to YouTube or Rumble.
Rumble, Rumble.
Make the transition.
Well, whatever you like. You can identify as a Rumble viewer if you like, or a YouTube viewer. I want to give you options. That's the biggest thing. So just know that at any time, Twitch can pull the plug on us based off their new stuff, which we're going to get. They have a follow up from yesterday because yesterday we were over on Geeks and Gamers, and a lot of people are still like caught off on that. They're like, but did you not have a show today? No, remember every Wednesday we're over on Geeks and Gamers for a while. So we'll kind of see how that goes. But
we're always on Rumble.
That's true. Always on Rumble. Accurate.
It's true.
100%.
Just pointing that out.
We are.
It's true.
We also have a Twitter account, which you can go follow, where memes are posted, as well as an Instagram account, right, Blabs?
Right. So follow. I was gonna say subscribe, but that's not Instagram. Follow and tag us and stuff. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks,
that.
Blabs. Today, the Mario Funathon continues around 1 o'clock, about 30 minutes after the show. As today, my journey on Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels begins again. This is day.
Someone reset you again? No way.
24
Not-
years.
Not one time. I was reset multiple times yesterday.
Who did it? Who was it?
Well,
The
we had-
CEO again?
And so here's the crazy thing about it. Insidious Bliss was the last. Insidious Bliss, yes, the CEO did, and so Nikki Felty did as well. Now let me just say this right now. Yesterday, Insidious Bliss, at the very end of the show, at the very end, there's a trick. I was hard reset, sent back. I was on world 8, like one of the last levels of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Hard reset, sent back to the very beginning of the game. People were like, "Hey, why don't you go get this infinite life trick? It's going to give you infinite lives." Go through, do this, spend 25, 30 minutes trying to get this thing to work, right? Finally get it to work, have like 100 lives, and then Insidious Bliss comes in and is like, "Nope, fuck you. You're not going to do it with the lives." So here we are. We're doing it all natural, baby.
Dang.
Oh, damn.
So
That's brutal.
None of that participation.
Insidious
stuff.
bliss indeed.
So I will say this, and today things are going to get even crazier, because in addition to
Have you, the drunk
oven
glasses?
mitts, we now have drunk glasses, which are amazing. So
How are you ever? How
So
would that?
is it just me, or does those look exactly like those goggles we talked about the other day?
Yeah, the new
The Apple ones?
And
The
wait
Apple
until he
one.
puts them on, and it looks like it's projecting his eyes to the outside of him. It's
Gonna be
even
like
They're gonna
crazy.
copyright claim you.
He's gonna get a cease and desist from
Yeah,
Apple.
they're gonna drop the channel immediately.
yeah,
I-
it's-
you know what? I gotta
Goggles,
say it.
goggles, like,
I have to give him credit.
See? It
I
looks
tuned
like-
in. I tuned in and watched him play, and he got oven mitts put on. Bro,
Still was playing.
Craig, I'll be honest. I'm impressed.
Okay.
You
He really
you
does
were
this.
you were making some moves with those oven mitts on.
Yeah.
All right.
you're not
really does
wrong.
this.
You're not wrong. I mean, listen.
was impressive.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know,
I've never
and the thing
said
is-
that about another man before.
Well, thank you, and that means a lot to me.
I
The
doubt
most
it.
important thing.
Publicly.
I doubt
What
it.
makes you consider Craig to be a man?
Oh, well, today I identify as one, which is by the way the third identify joke I've thrown out in the first 7 minutes of the show.
Because I'm on
So,
here.
But I always try to keep
We're trying
my
to be
oven-
inclusive, Vlad.
I try to keep the oven mitts seen so everybody can check them out.
Did you be
So
cheating?
right, because I don't want it needs to be seen to be believed, right? So that's the idea. So, anyways, make sure you guys show up at 1 o'clock today. The chaos will continue. Today we will have a combo platter of the potential of having both oven mitts and drunk glasses on at the same time.
What about the
Which you're-
reverse goggles or the
Those are
vertical
not in
flip?
yet.
Oh, you haven't gotten those.
Yeah,
Okay.
they
What's the
should come
goal
in
for
today.
the goggles?
What's that?
What's the goal for the drunk goggles?
Is just to keep advancing. The idea is that it's a detriment to me.
How do you make it happen? How do you trigger it?
Oh, you can donate. Yeah.
Just
so
like a certain amount for it?
Certain amounts, yeah.
Yep. So
I'll take
it's,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll
it's
be
like-
there. I'll be there.
well, Dan Bass
Order
came in.
drunk glasses. Okay.
By the way, these were like $120. They were really expensive.
What?
Your eyes gonna be all fucked up.
Yeah.
For like 2
Do
hours.
permanent
Can you put
damage.
them up to the camera? Like, so like hold them up so we
If
can
you put them on his
potentially
eyes,
see
they're
through them?
huge.
It's really hard to see, and I'll try to show it to you, but the camera doesn't do it justice.
You can see.
Okay.
You can kind of see. Your hand really. No, I can see a little bit. That's wild.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah,
messy.
no thanks.
You're
Okay.
gonna have to play.
I feel
with
like
angle.
you're gonna fall out of your chair eventually. Just
Yeah.
wearing them. You're like, I don't even know where I am anymore.
Yeah,
I
that's
may
kinda-
need to put a limit on them today. Like I don't know. Most we can do is like 3 times because I have a feeling I'm going to be like have a horrible
yourself a
headache after
headache.
it's
Yeah.
done. Yeah, for sure. So
Maybe
but
you
we'll
should do
see.
like for X amount of minutes, like 2 minutes tops every time.
Yeah.
I try to do it just per level, right? Like 8-3. I got to beat 8-3 with that or whatever. But or continue, whichever one comes first. Diana came in with a Rumble rant with the $1. Says, Rumble rocks. Come join this chat family. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And Twitch is getting an invite from Rumble from Mike Has Bad Knees. He says, hey, Twitch people, come to Rumble. And Diana followed up with, this is Flawed, so good to see you. Hugs to you and Mo.
Appreciate you, Diana. Thank
That's
you.
wonderful.
Hugs to you.
All
too.
right. So we got a big show today. We're going to be talking aliens, which I'm very excited about.
Me too.
And Flawed is here. Are you into
I'm happy to be
aliens,
here for
Flawed?
this one. Yeah, very, very much so.
Good. That's great.
Aren't we all?
Trav, are you an alien person?
You already asked him that.
I probe people all the time.
You already made that joke too.
That's his job. But no, that's his job. So that's all he knows. He can't make another joke. That's reality.
Let's go. That's true. Just
When you get on the ship, he got the probe ready for you.
Blabs, are you a believer in aliens?
I hate ET.
Banner.
So
Oh, E.T. I never saw it.
I fucking hate ET, but I don't know if they're not.
That's
there
your
or not.
response? That's
Yeah,
not an
I
answer.
fucking hate ET. If they're there,
That's a
fine,
movie.
but I don't
Yeah,
like them.
that's not. That's not about it. That's an alien movie. Yeah,
It wasn't
Okay.
ET.
Do you
If
like
I
Independence
ET, I
Day?
don't want to be near them.
aliens. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be near them.
Do you believe in aliens? Oh man, I hate that movie.
How about Alf? Do you like Alf? Like,
Alf.
Alf, the show.
too old.
You never
for
seen
you.
Alf?
No.
He's a
Blabs,
baby.
do you believe in aliens? That's a no. Just say no then.
Mm.
But I
It's
don't know.
That's an answer too.
I get
okay.
that.
Yeah.
It's
That
like
makes sense.
ghosts. Do you believe
You
in
don't
it?
No,
know,
I don't
but
believe
you're
in ghosts.
leaning towards you don't. That's what I'm seeing.
I mean,
Me
I'd
too.
rather them not be real because they're not very good looking.
Sexual?
That's
You-
who-
Automatically, right off rip?
Yeah, wow.
What is
I
that?
know, right?
That's the first thought. To your
If
head?
only
going-
they looked more like alpacas.
And
Right.
you haven't watched like I don't know,
Ew.
Guardians of the Galaxy or like Doctor
There's some
Who
handsome
Or Star
aliens.
Trek?
or-
I mean, Kirk got
Like,
down with
yeah,
some
I
babes.
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
don't like,
Huh?
I'm a Star Wars.
Batista?
person, I'm Star Trek. But
What do you mean?
Yeah.
So
Star
you
Wars
went-
got some babe aliens too.
You went
What?
and bang a Jedi, Blabs. They're probably aliens. They ain't
Yeah.
from Earth.
oh,
They're
that's
not from Earth.
Victorian.
What about Ahsoka? She's an alien.
What have you done? Looked up Rule 34 or something on Ahsoka? Ah.
What does
That's
that
not-
mean?
No, I
No.
just
Ah,
Use your
what
own
you do in your free time
imagination.
is what you do in your free time.
No,
I
I
don't know
have
what none
not.
of this means. You guys
Wait,
lost.
what?
Eric's right. Y'all are a bunch of lint lickers.
Lint liquors.
All right, look. Let's get into first before we get into the alien stuff, which I'm sure will dominate most of the show. We do have some gaming stuff. We can do quick hits on this, just updates.
Yeah, let's do that.
But let's do it. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time.
Don't
for
you fucking do it. Get your hand off that soundboard.
I was already setting up.
Yeah, I saw you.
I'm not. I got
Hard news.
it. 3 out of 10.
All
Shut
right,
up.
let's go.
Shut up. You're just mad I cut you off there.
You caught me. You definitely did.
I did. You're like,
Yesterday,
oh, I have time. Sorry.
yesterday we talked about Twitch's attempt to destroy their platform.
Is he cutting
They
out for
attempted
everyone?
to create
Yeah.
a branded content.
Craig, you just
For
cut
me?
out like great.
Yeah. You're kinda lagging still, too.
Am I okay?
You
No,
can't
you're
make
lagging
that
like
much
crazy.
bass.
You're out of sync.
So yesterday we talked about Twitch and how they announced their rules change, basically dropping the hammer on all creators. We don't really know the extent of it because everyone seems to be digging in more and more and finding out more stuff about like the $25 cancellation fee and how you can't multi-stream anymore without them dropping the hammer on you. Are you back, Craig? Are you good?
I'm back.
There
Okay.
you go.
And better than ever.
Well, go
right.
away again.
Well, that's a perspective thing.
Wow. He's been probing too many people.
Holy
Keep track of
shit.
it.
Travis is on fire today. Oh, damn. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
You know,
I'll take
it's
first
so
seat.
intimate now, you know?
Yeah.
You
What's
know,
up?
I'm happy
How
to
you guys
be here,
doing?
so that's nice. I was still included.
Yeah.
Is that a Yeti cup? That's a quality Yeti cup
That
right there.
is.
Yeah, I got it for my birthday.
Small Yeti.
Yeah, that thing's
And it's
nice.
green, which is my favorite color. So
It's
I could've
those are
drank
quality.
one of those.
I got one of those in
one of
a what is it? A white sand or the white elephant gifts?
White nationalist?
No, the white elephant.
What the fuck is
I
happening?
thought that's- oh, okay, my bad.
Everything's about race with this guy.
If it's
Jeez.
you, then that's what I assume. White. Anytime you say
Why?
white, I assume.
Have you never?
nationalist.
You know what?
I
white
read the
elephant
Washington
is?
Post. I know what you are.
What? Because the Washington Post labeled me as an extremist.
Yeah.
This is true. by the way.
Well,
Hey,
are
the
you?
news, isn't it? The news is real, right?
You know, I'll say this. I have a list of people that I want to interview, like one-on-one, and I'm not
White
kidding.
Nationalists?
Travis, shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
I have a
Dude,
list of people.
Travis had a good sleep last night. He
No
woke up
joke.
feeling good.
But on that list is you, Adam. I want to do like a one-on-one
Me?
with you. Yes.
You want to
yes.
interview me?
Do it.
Yeah,
he wants
absolutely.
to 1v1 you.
I tried that with Flawed. I mean, it did not go the way I
didn't
thought it
work.
was.
Yeah, that didn't work. It didn't.
He
happen
started
with
asking
that.
me about dicks and shit. I'm like, what is this?
That was
It was a fun interview, though. I'll
That
be
was
honest.
Mo's idea.
Was it
All
an
that was
interview?
Mo's
I
idea.
don't even think it was an interview.
no. You just kicked it with us.
That's true.
Yeah.
Brad's right, man. Travis woke
Look,
up today
hey,
and
I'm
chose
down.
violence.
You want to interview me? I'm down.
It'd be great. It'd be
You
great.
should really do it.
We'll set aside a time. It'll be great.
Sure.
All right. So yesterday we talked about the Twitch thing. I know I heard you kind of following up on it, but they released a follow-up to their tweet yesterday. They came back and like, oh, hold on, we messed up. And
You gotta just read it. It's so
Yeah.
good.
I will.
Cringe.
Well, here it is. So it said, yesterday we released new branded content guidelines that impacted your ability to work with sponsors and increase your income from streaming. These guidelines are bad for you and bad for Twitch. We're removing them immediately.
After
Now, there's more to this.
Yeah, there's so much more.
You came up with them. What do you mean?
I
they're
do
bad?
like that you have the Elon Musk LOL response with the kick laugh
Yes.
responding because
That's
that just
crazy.
it really shows like
Well, no,
we're
it's-
all
it's
that's
still
all of us.
missing.
They're all of us right now laughing
Yep.
at Twitch.
Yep. They are a bunch
There's
of
a reason
idiots.
Elon is laughing.
Well, because he
Too late.
knows.
Elon's gonna start. He's starting a gaming
No,
service.
because Twitter flagged Twitch saying actually you didn't change your policy yet, so it's missing content. So that's why
Community
Elon
notes.
responded to it saying, "Oh well," because they actually didn't change.
Wait,
the
is there a
policy.
community? Is there a community notes on it? Can you go back up?
It should be on the very last.
Oh,
tweet
yeah,
or
here we go.
something.
Context
There it
written.
is.
Twitch's
people
terms
who
of
use
service
Twitter.
still state that Twitch users / streamers may not insert embedded advertisements or
Yeah.
banner ads.
Like what?
Hello.
That is glorious, dude. Twitter.
That's
I mean,
Man.
if that's not misinformation, I don't know what is, right?
Exactly.
Oh
And
my
then Kic's like,
God.
tee
That's
So-
good. That's funny, man.
They continued with
going on?
sponsorships are critical to streamers' growth and ability to earn income. We will not prevent your ability to enter into direct relationships with sponsors. You will continue to own and control your sponsorship business.
Wait, hold
Twitch's
on.
terms of
So,
service will-
this is the thing. This is the thing. Nothing that they said in their announcement yesterday prevented this.
yeah.
But you were restricted to 3% of your screen and you couldn't do burned in ad reads. So it's like you can have sponsorships, sure, by all means. That's what this is saying. Like you could still do it. We weren't saying you can't do it, but you have to adhere to our incredibly strict guidelines on how you do it.
I think they were also making you use their platform to even gain sponsors on top of it. They were starting that for small creators. Like
It's
you're gonna
insane.
have
Yeah.
to go through them to even have
Right.
a sponsorship.
Well,
That's
that's
their
what they want.
ultimate goal. Yes, they
Right.
want a
They
piece
want
of the
ev-
pie.
They
Yeah.
want no third parties.
Yep.
They want two parties involved, Twitch and the creator.
Which
Yep.
is ridiculous. How much money do they need? Like,
all
More.
of it.
Well,
The only
look,
reason
yeah,
they can do
Trav.
this is because people made them big. People got on their platform and used them as platforms. Now they're like, now you need us. We're
They
having-
got that
everyone-
bullshit money from
Everyone
Bezos.
that I've seen, every creator, every large creator that's responding to Twitch is saying, where's the 70-30 split?
Right.
Because we get that elsewhere.
Right.
I'm seeing that a lot. So it's like Twitch kind of, they open the door and they're like trying to close it. And they're like, please just let us close the door. We didn't mean to open it. And like, no. You know what?
Legit.
Fuck you. There are other options out there that give us better opportunities and allow us to be free.
So,
Rumble.
Travis, you said something that that I hear this all the time. They go, well, how much money do you really need? And the answer is all of the money. There's like the idea of saying, well, how much money does Disney really need? How much money does Amazon really need? How much money does insert whatever company, Susie's Bake Shop down the street?
But at what cost?
Well, that's ultimately them putting these policies in place will ultimately hurt them and prevent them from making money because it'll ultimately hurt the goodwill they have with their they're not employees, but they're 1099s that they have attached. You know, that's what everybody is. They are a contractor to Twitch, that's what makes the business model so fascinating is, we will pay you. And by the way, you got to pay your taxes, but you are helping us grow. There was you know what it was, Blabs, yesterday you were talking about streaming on Kick, and I had that note about Kick that I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
One of the things that's been thrown out by Kick is the idea of paying you per hour based off your streaming, built around your audience size and everything like that, instead of having to be reliant on
but there's
revenue.
a requirement to be able to do that, and it's like I think at one point it became even harder than Twitch.
Yeah, it's
I
like an
forget
affiliate.
what the stats were, but I think like you have like a certain amount of average watchers on like
It
every
was like
day.
70, I think you have to have for average.
So
watchers.
Yeah, it apparently became even harder than what it is on Twitch.
So that would
Isn't
be
it
more
75
like
on Twitch to hit partner?
Yeah, it's
75
75
concurrent.
average.
7 days in a row.
so they'd be
Certain
doing that
amount of
more
hours,
like
yeah.
cable companies do then, right? We put a show on our platform and we bring your advertisers.
Yep.
You know.
Well, Kick has responded to this in multiple ways. And once again, I mentioned this yesterday. I think Kick is the one who's going to benefit the most from this. Rumble may, but
No, I
the
think it's
gaming
Kick.
industry is so
Kick
left.
has to like
I think it's gonna be
push those
Kick
bits
for
out
gaming.
too, though.
Right, for
Yeah,
gaming in
definitely.
particular, right? I think that the gaming industry is so liberal that even sniffing, a platform that can be seen as conservative
Yeah,
or
it
free
hurts
speech.
them.
Yeah, for sure. But so Kick responded with the old pee on the leg trick, and I think that's just funny. I don't know who Sploosy is, but they're an idiot. Isn't it a bit unprofessional to be commenting on competitors' tweets like this?
Why?
No.
Why? Who created
That's
that rule?
amazing.
Ratio.
It's called being dunked on. It's amazing.
Wendy's
Dunked
created
on.
does
that
it all
rule?
the time, and they got the best social media of any company. Come on,
Right.
That's just some.
And
Blockbuster is pretty funny too.
oh yeah, Blockbuster's
Blockbuster's
great.
on there.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Blockbuster has Twitter.
Let me follow
Well,
that.
Kick said that they
Twitter
just
is hilarious.
Kick followed up and said they just doubled our all-time 24-hour sign-up record. Shout
I
out
know.
to that other website for the boost.
I bet they did.
Dang. That
All right,
other website.
I gotta say, I heard that Kick also banned Hassan
Yeah.
from joining Kick,
Yep.
and that made me laugh. That made me
Yep.
laugh.
How?
Like,
Why?
oh
What?
shit.
Just
How
because they
can
don't
they
like
ban
him.
him?
What's
they
his
just
name?
don't like him.
Is
Aiden Ross.
Aiden Ross? Is
He has
he
beef
is he
with
like
him.
part owner with Kick?
Yeah, he
or-
has stake in it. He was like the first big person to go on there.
Oh.
He gets like 500,000 viewers.
Those
at a
two
time,
got real
which
big.
is probably
Wow.
a bunch of bots, but
And then he banned
500,000.
Hassan. It's like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Whatever
he
he
also
said
told
was
him
over
to
there.
do something that
yeah,
we can't
I'm not
say
gonna
on
say it.
YouTube.
Yeah.
What does that
I
mean?
almost said it.
Like, what does it mean?
Hassan
Like,
is not allowed on Kick.
He cannot make an account on there.
But how would they
said
know?
He can't. Because if he streams on there, they're taking him off.
Yeah,
he's a
would have
big
to be
streamer.
like-
He
How
has,
would they
like,
know?
hundreds
It's
of-
a
he has thousands and
streaming
thousands.
service.
Yeah, you
It
gotta
would be
sign up.
Hassan.
I
Live
think he
at
meant
the
like just
time.
a random account to comment on and everything.
But
Right.
then, but then it
You
would
gotta
be
sign up with your
Yeah,
name.
No,
sure,
You're gonna make
sure.
money off of it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
if he was
yeah.
he can't stream there. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, if you don't want to make
I mean,
money, sure, make up a fake
it's-
name.
pretty awesome. And it's really funny, to say the least. So
Funny.
Is it,
No, hold on. No, you know what that's showing me though, right?
They're
The
fascists.
Kick isn't a left place either.
I think it is.
It's owned by
They're
a
banning
frickin-
people.
dude. It's owned by a company, casino company.
Fake
Yeah,
woke.
it's a gambling.
Yeah.
They're fake. They're all fake.
It's a
Every
fake-
single
it's
one. of
fake
them.
everything
woke.
is.
Wait,
Yo,
what do
as
you mean
soon
they're
as-
banning people?
So they
Explain
banned
that.
Hassan and he didn't do anything just because they don't like his voice. That's censoring someone just because he's a huge streamer.
That is
They-
rather leftist.
for
That's
no
very
reason.
true.
And when Aiden got on there, Aiden said things about genders, and they basically reprimanded him immediately, even though he brought up so many.
The
people.
casino company did.
Yeah.
Okay, so
These people are the same.
he's bringing the leftists over to Kick,
Yeah.
and they're like, they're coming, so I guess we'll deal with it.
Yep. They're trying to. They're trying to walk the middle now. They're not Rumble.
Well-
when it comes to free speech,
It's absolutely petty. I agree. Someone in
all
the
companies
chat
are
said
like
it's
that.
pretty petty, and I'm like,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
it is majorly petty.
I think all companies ride that line. And what can we
Pettiness?
do? Well,
Yep.
that too.
Yeah.
But they ride that line. What can we get away with? Type shit.
yeah.
Well, I'll say this, there have been, if you're banning I don't agree with banning any ideology, right? I think that, and that's what you're seeing on YouTube. That's why Rumble existed to begin with, right?
That's why Rumble is the place, man.
Yeah.
You can't go to Kick because of certain ideologies.
That's
All right.
crazy.
Well, then fuck that place too.
Yeah.
Like where can you go that you can just completely be yourself? And I talked about this the other day, and I'm like, I want to be myself completely. If I can't be me, I'm not as happy as I can be, and I want to be happy, and I want everyone to be happy, right? I want everyone to feel free to be able to completely be themselves, because it's exhausting having to have a little person in the guy like, actually, you can't say that. Oh, maybe you shouldn't
said a
say
little
that
person?
because or a little voice, whatever.
Okay.
Little,
Are you making fun of short people?
the little
That's what I
person,
heard.
that it looks exactly like you.
I knew.
Because
I knew
you're a
that
little
you're
person,
trying
right?
to throw punchlines in there. Okay.
Well, you gave it to me. I was like, well, I wasn't going to go there with it, but
I felt the
he
sting
wants to
right
Are
talk
you a little
about it.
person, Flawed?
Yeah, he is.
I'm not.
I'll answer for him.
I'm not.
Yeah, he's a little person.
Are you like a
5'7".
gnome?
No.
Yeah, Mo's with him because she feels bad for him because he's so short.
Equity.
It's a pity
She's with me for
relationship.
equity.
Equity, exactly.
Craig's like,
Trying
what
to
is
balance
this?
it out.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Sorry,
so
Craig.
huge, so who knows?
Me and this guy, you can't put us in the same room together.
I don't know. I'm gonna need to I'll need to mute you guys as now Adam talk, now Flawed talk, now Adam
man.
talk.
You gotta give him a stick. Talk
Just put a red light up in the sky. I'll watch it.
For the
Watch it.
record, I don't think keeping Hassan off the platform is right, but I do think it's funny. That's what I
think it's
said.
funny
I think
too.
it's funny.
Right.
In reality, I
Right.
think it's funny.
Right.
It's not
And-
right.
I agree. Right. Like there are things that aren't right that are really funny. Right. Those are called
Yep.
jokes.
You're right. Hassan is a joke. Yeah, that's
Right.
good.
Facts.
But it happens all the time. I'll address this really quick. Yesterday, Rich ReviewTechUSA was like
Oh my
critical
God.
of he put a video on Twitter yesterday about Melanie Mack. Like she said some stuff.
Actual video?
Yeah. He posted a video about Melanie Mack. She was kind of laughing at the church that got struck by lightning after like a big Pride celebration, and she was just like she was laughing at it, saying, they got smote down. God came down and smited the church because of their celebration and stuff. And she laughed at it, and she's a Christian. That's what she's super
It's
hardcore
just a
Christian.
joke, too.
And-
Come
and
on, like, it's
also-
ironic.
Craig,
if it was
when,
God?
when did that happen?
It
When
happened
did
like
this-
yesterday, right?
Right.
So
It happened yesterday, right? So she
Right.
did this yesterday. And
And
when was
you-
she on our show?
like a month
A
ago.
week ago.
Okay. I'm
2
just
weeks ago.
establishing that. Please continue.
Yeah. So he was really upset that I didn't ask Melanie about things like that.
Why didn't you
Not-
push back?
right. And
Why didn't you
and-
know that this was going to happen in the future
Why
and
can't
ask
you
her about it?
predict the future? Why are you not a seer?
And as Bob said,
I would have asked her.
fucking
The audacity
I
of
would have
that.
asked her.
One
Shut
at a time,
the
guys.
fuck up. I'm sorry,
One at a
dude.
time. One at
Sorry.
a time. One at a
It
time.
pissed
one at
me
a
off.
time.
I told him to shut the fuck up on Twitter. I'm like, I just laughed.
That's how I saw
Well,
the video.
I think the thing is, and I reached out to Rich privately about this, and I just said, Rich, if you, the first words I used was if you got beef with me, man, just reach out to me personally. And he was like, no, it's not beef. It's just an observation.
Drama.
And I said, well, if you have, and I think that's the thing is I was raised that if you have a problem with somebody, you go to them face to face, right? Or as close to face, and you work through your issues, right?
I can't go to Sweden, but yeah.
Right. Well, but
Yeah,
you can
you
still
can.
talk to them. And
I told you you're welcome in my house, dude. I got a guest bedroom waiting for you, dog.
Poor
Well,
Greg.
hey, he's also got a river in the backyard.
No, Flawed's not allowed in the river. I don't want him drowning.
I can't swim.
Some mushrooms out there for you.
well, let me say this before we get distracted again. I like
my
Rich.
job.
I like Rich a lot. We've always got along, and just as I told him, as I'll say anybody else, if you ever have any issues with me, please reach out to me. I'm not some random dude on the internet that you don't know how to get a hold of, right? So I reached out to him privately, and I said, hey man, if you got an issue, please reach out to me. And he said, well, I'm making an observation. I said, that's fine. I'm not telling you what to not make. Well, hold on, let me finish. Hold on.
Go ahead, please.
I said, if you're gonna make an observation, that's fine. But if you're gonna make an observation about me, then please reach out to me, get my thoughts. And because he was saying, he's like, you need to do your journalism on people that you have brought on. And it's like same type of thing. If you're gonna do a story about, if you're gonna talk about me or make a video about me, do your own 5 seconds of research and get a hold of me first before you make that video, right? And get my thoughts on it. So like I said, I like Rich. I'll obviously continue to talk to Rich and all that stuff, but that was just kind of disappointing. And so whatever.
Can I say my piece?
Yes.
So he started the video talking about how, as creators, you can't be responsible for the people who watch you, right? And it's like the same can be said about the people that you interview. We don't control Melanie Mac. I don't control Eliza Blue, for example. So someone that I had on my own show, and then there's some videos that service. Like, I don't give a fuck about her doing music videos and all that crap. I cared about her talking about how children, adults can say when a child is ready for certain things that I'm like, that's disgusting. That's the fucking cutoff. I have zero interest in. And people were like, how dare you have her on your show? And I'm like, I don't know every intimate detail of every single person in the planet. Who knows what the fuck people are hiding behind their fucking in their mind, Like, I'm not responsible for that. We're not responsible for Melanie Mac. If she has that kind of energy and it happens in the future after we interview, dude, you weren't making an observation. You were calling Craig out like some sort of virtuous asshole, dude. Fuck you.
They want everyone to get away from him.
This guy brought you on. I'm talking about Craig, not Flawed. I don't want you to get it confused, all right? Craig brought you on. He talked good. Like, we had a great interview with you. He only wanted to support you. And what do? You try to get some fucking virtue signal points on Twitter and Camelot, too. Camelot's a fucking badass, dude. He's hilarious.
Love Camelot.
You're just fucking jealous that these two are on an up and up flow, and you're like, I'm gonna try to bring him down a peg and maybe get some clout points. That's all it was. It wasn't some observation, dude. Fuck you. I thought you were funny. I enjoyed having you on the show. I'm not interested in you coming on the show anymore. Like,
nah,
dude,
that cucumber shit.
You can go fuck yourself.
Wild.
Well,
dude, that's some leftist bullshit, dude.
I see it like this. And this is what I told Craig this morning. I make jokes about cafeteria Christians all day long. People who pick and choose in their Christianity and their faith what they want to follow. And if I can make that joke, she can make the joke about the fucking church and the lightning. I don't care. It's a joke. I'm not that fragile that it's going to hurt me. Nobody died. Like, we're good.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, jokes are jokes. And whether Melanie Mac, like, she obviously believes it, and that's awesome, right? If she wants to believe that, that's great. Like I said, my biggest thing is you can have your opinions, you can have your stuff, but just if it's about me, please reach out to me beforehand, because I could probably provide you a little more insight on it. And
don't be a bitch.
And his thing was like, you need to know who's coming on your show. And it's like, I mean, I was interested in her eating butter. That was like the whole thing. I was like, Melanie Mac eats butter. Let's talk to her.
Before you said that, you could have, since you were on the show with us, asked the one gay guy who you're on the show with if I was offended. You know, before you were offended for me. Well,
obviously there's a lot of that going around. The internet is a place where you can easily get offended. So look, like I said,
I got to be honest. I am upset about someone that you brought on the show.
Who's that?
And it's not
Leave
Melanie
Flawed
Mac.
alone. I like him.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, you guys jumped on my joke. All right, damn it.
You should Flawed, you should show Adam your hat. Just saying.
Oh yeah. I mean,
All right.
I send him a memo every day that says the same thing. So
if I wake up and I don't have that memo, I actually
up.
worry about something's
He's
up.
like, is he okay?
Did Mo finally get to him?
Where's Flawed? Is he safe? Is he all right?
Yeah.
onion poisoning.
I just, like I said, if anybody's going to say something about me, I'm very easy to get a hold of, so feel free to reach out to me directly. I would love to add to the conversation.
Those type of people make videos first.
He knows that. He knows that.
Hey, I see it this way. At least people are hearing all your names.
True.
Yeah.
Side scroll is going up.
That's fine. Yeah, baby. Growing every single day. Hassan came in. No, Hayden came in with Hayden came in with the re-membership. Thank you so much, Hayden. Appreciate you. It says Hassan is poisonous to the culture and every space he enters.
I agree.
It's still funny though. That's true. And Kindon says with the re-membership says Craig about to install an Adam don't talk light.
Flawed don't talk like just when I'm
on
here.
air light.
Bitgrease also became a brand new member. Thank you so much, Bitgrease. Really appreciate that. Greatly, very much appreciate it. Check it out right there, Bitgrease. And Sal came in and says, didn't he bitch about the quartering doing the exact same thing to him? What a hypocrite. I don't know. I try to stay out of people's business.
Probably.
To be honest, like the irony of all this is I really have no interest in doing a show about drama. Like, I've had so many people. I know the path to success on the internet. The quick path is through drama. I really don't want to do that. Now,
Well, you leaned into it for a little bit there.
Well,
It was kind of lit. I'm not gonna lie. It was entertaining.
But you had no choice.
right.
Hashtag monetize the haters. Remember that? I mean,
Of course. But
Okay,
and that was more in a response, right? Of course, yeah. And that was like a bit, right? That was just a 2-day bit to kind of see how it went, right? And by the way, it went great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really don't have any interest in having a show about drama. Now, I do have interest in asking questions on a show, right? And that's just circling back to the original thing of like, I think that's what Rich was upset about. You didn't ask the questions that Rich wanted me to ask, and my response has been and will always be like, the first time you're on Side Strollers is not to grill you, right? DSP was different. He's like, you need to ask questions like you do with DSP. DSP was different. The requirement for him to come on the show was to do the interview beforehand because there was so much baggage attached to him.
He wanted you to ask the questions.
Right.
He said it.
Right.
And you know what? No one gets to decide how we do our show.
Fact.
You do your own show the way you want to fucking do it. All right?
Yeah.
Correct.
I doubt that Barbara Walters cared about what fucking Saddam Hussein was doing when she interviewed him.
Blake says, Adam dropping some truth bombs. Thank you so much, Blake. Appreciate that. And Diana came in with the $1 Rumble rant. Says, Adam, don't forget to ring the bell for new members.
Oh,
That's my show. That's my show.
Diana's over here telling you how to run the show.
Yeah.
Don't tell me how to run the show. All right?
that's my show.
That's my thing. All right.
Let's go to our next.
Give
Oh, there
one
you go.
bell. That was for Diana, though, not the new members.
There you go.
I get it.
Now,
That's for you, Diana.
we have a couple other gaming things. We're already like almost 40 minutes in before we get to the news. But so I want to quick hit these things really quick, really fast. Hence why they're called quick hits. We now understand what is underneath Mario's hat for the first time, and we've seen Mario with his hat off. We've seen in various games, but I think it's all been a fucking lie.
Really?
Because we have truth potentially. The internet has delivered as
Scarred. Ah!
Oh my God.
What is that?
the sun cut off the hat on Mario, and he didn't realize Ron Jeremy was sitting underneath there. Apparently, I don't know if this is real or not, but that's Mario's got the fading hairline back there. So
his hair's brown, his mustache is black.
Bro, he's seen a lot of
That's
shit.
what I said. I said it's weird that his eyebrows and his mustache are black and his hair's brown.
Well, haven't you ever seen those guys with like the ginger mustaches, but they don't have ginger hair?
And they're weird.
He's one of those
lads.
weirdos.
They're weird.
Different.
I'm just
shades.
kidding.
They're weird.
But I just thought that'd be a little nightmare fuel for everybody as we go in. So thank you so much.
It
for
kind
that.
of fit him.
Not yet.
Brendan says Mara became a low-cow.
For as a plumber, I think it fits pretty good. By the way,
Hey,
Diana said
plumbers see a lot of shit in their lives.
Yes, pun intended.
See what I did there?
Dumb.
Hey,
Necessary.
Craig
that's
is
good though.
all of us. He's like, I can't with you idiots today.
I mean, I tried using it, but you guys didn't get it, so I had to be more. I had to say it again, but add the plumber line. Anyway,
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Then why'd you hit the boo button?
I didn't. That was flawed. Diana also came in with the $1 Rumble Rant. Says, walking in shame now, deflated, and so sorry. I'll go to the corner. Look at you, shamed Diana to the corner. Ridiculous.
All right, remove me from the show.
Adam
I deserve
Cowell.
it.
Out. All right. By the way, you guys watching over on Rumble, you guys make sure you guys hit the follow button. We're growing. We just passed 1,600 followers. We're going to close in on 1,700 very, very soon. So let's hit that. Let's go to our next story here. GameStop is looking for a new CEO.
Really?
Someone tell Cody.
Imagine that'd be fire.
That's true. We should probably get Camel
Can you
on.
imagine?
Cody, we got a job
Full
for you.
circle.
So, God, that'd be awesome. So they fired their CEO who came in after the whole GameStop stock thing, the meme stock. He was put in a couple months afterwards, and so he came in and there's an analyst who's been around for an analyst who's been around for a long time named Michael Pachter. You guys know who Michael Pachter is? You ever heard of him
Nope.
before? So Michael Pachter, he works for.
Yes, I do. That is my alien name.
Oh, okay. Well, he used to do shows. He used to do
Oh
a show
my
on game
god,
trailers.
that was amazing.
I thought somebody got.
Nah, he didn't like it. He was,
You,
he was
I'm not
mocking
gonna.
you.
No,
He was
I am not
mocking
gonna.
you.
I am no way. I am not gonna like Craig just like ignore that. That was incredible, dude. That was bringing back the joke that he made at the beginning about what he does as an alien. Like that was amazing, dude. Michael Pachter.
I hardly knew her.
Yo,
It's so
yo,
good,
get out of here with this, guys.
dude.
Why
Good
am I
shit.
here?
Travis
No.
is on fire today.
Chris is on mushrooms.
I got you, Travis.
Too much weed in
No.
the morning.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's really.
Did you just say too much weed in the morning?
He did
Exactly
say
what
it. He did say it. Flood's like, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
So Pachter came in and talking about everything. He says it reflects the utter lack of strategy. They wanted to be like Amazon and hired Jenna Owens, Mike whatever, and Matt Furlong from Amazon in 2021. And then he says Pachter added Cohen is incapable of running a retail operation. It's sort of like Elon Musk running Twitter.
What the
That
fuck?
tells you everything you need to know about Michael Pachter and his stance on things, which is great.
Yeah.
So
Twitter is killing it right now. I don't know if you guys know.
It is.
So, anyways, we need to get a hold of Camelot and see if he has any interest in being CEO of games. Could you imagine?
He's got my vote.
That'd be
If-
fire.
God.
I'd
Oh
shop
my God.
there,
All right,
bro.
let's go to our next one before we get into aliens, and our final one before we get into aliens. Toy Story 2, all time. I think Toy Story 3 is the best. Toy Story 1. No, I'm sorry. There's 4 of them, aren't there? Toy Story 3 is probably the best one. Toy Story 4, then 1, then probably 2. I think 2 is probably the
Story 4
weakest.
Absolute shit.
Is it?
I think Lightyear was the
Slap
best.
that opinion to the garbage. That was
All right, flaws out. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
deal with that nonsense. Like there are jokes flawed, then there's that the monstrosity. All right, I'm just gonna... Are you back? Are you better?
I mean, it was representation. It made me feel good. The
right.
lesbians.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what he identifies as. So
Yeah.
Well, Galen Sussman.
Also, one
has
of my
been-
names I go by. Sorry, go ahead.
Gail.
Sussman.
Galen.
Galen Pachter. That's his full name.
There we go.
Now I get it. Now, like packing.
Yes.
Oh,
Anal
that
probes.
was good. Okay. I didn't get it.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. Come on.
I swear.
didn't get
Now
it. That was
Gail.
some
Now it makes
reference.
sense.
Wow.
Yo,
Wow.
genius.
Wow.
I didn't catch
You
it.
made Craig
See?
leave.
I get it, dude. Wow.
We can't.
I get it now. That was a good one. Everyone give Travis a round of applause. There we go. Credit to you. Credit
Anyway,
to you,
Toy Story
Why
4
did I get?
is
Why did
not
we all
a good
get
movie.
removed?
because it's my show now.
I
Because I make the best
I just
jokes.
wanted to put Flawed on the spot and just that was really good, Flawed. Great.
Okay.
So there was an incident back when Toy Story 2 was being made. I don't know if you've ever heard this before, but
Yes.
someone, while Toy Story 2 was being made, accidentally ran a command that deleted like 90% of Toy Story 2. and it was all gone. It's all gone. And she was the only person who had a saved version of Toy Story 2 at home. And pretty interesting stuff. The fact that that type of thing can happen, which is really great. So she's kind of like a legend in that space. You know, she was.
I still
she
think
saved
she
it.
should have got residuals every time it played somewhere, like
For real.
something. You know,
Maybe?
Yeah, you at least
Whatever.
saved them millions of dollars.
Well, now she's been fired or laid off.
and that's how they do that.
Yeah, she was fired today or yesterday or whenever it was. So just rest in peace.
For what though?
It just
Who
got
knows?
laid off.
I don't know
She was
the
laid
reason
off.
why.
You know how Disney's doing all those layoffs because
They just
they're
were
not
like,
doing well. She was
We
one
don't
of
wanna
them.
pay
I need more information. Who knows?
Well, a layoff just means that they were let go for
Let go, yeah.
cost cutting or whatever reason, right? So that's kind of it. She wasn't fired necessarily. She was let go for whatever. So, anyways, rest in peace to
Good job.
Wait, she
Gail
died?
Sussman.
She's not dead.
She died.
died?
Jesus.
She
Fuck.
died.
Her career did.
Whoa.
No, her
Yeah.
job at Pixar maybe, but
I thought you
Dude
were going to say her
says-
career, but then you just said her name.
And I need a little confirmation on this. Dude over on Rumble says Galen was a leader on the Lightyear movie. So maybe that has a little
Oh.
more to it.
So she made a classic.
Yeah. I mean,
But wasn't
Maybe-
there somebody who got like fired from that Lightyear movie in the last couple of days?
yeah, her.
Yeah,
No,
that's probably her.
Like actually, it could be actually her. There was somebody fired. I remember.
Well, if
Well-
that was her
Huh.
movie, then
Yeesh.
that's what I was saying. I need more information.
She should have banged
Ah.
on.
Oh well. Oh,
Here's-
you made that monstrosity? Oh
Yeah.
well, then all right, that makes sense.
Justified.
Yeah.
here's your information. There's Galen Sussman, and she's known for Lightyear. She was the producer on Lightyear. She's
Yeah,
also
okay.
producer
Nemo?
on a lot of these movies. You know, a lot of the Toy Story stuff.
Oh,
little shorts.
Ratatouille. I love
Yeah.
Ratatouille.
How many
We'll
Toy Story movies are there? Is that like those are
There's
TV?
4,
Okay,
and then they're making a 5th one, and there's the Lightyear one.
so they're apparently made for TV movies too.
Yeah, I
For
said Toy Terror. Toy
Those
Story
don't count.
Terror.
Yeah, those are just like
Disney-
little spin-offs.
Disney Channel ones.
They had that cartoon as well. for a
Yeah, in the
while back.
90s. That one was
Yeah.
decent enough,
I
if
watched
I remember.
it. Yeah.
I can't remember it.
I
All
believe
right.
her. I believe her name is actually pronounced Karen.
Oh,
That's how that name is actually pronounced.
Karen Sussman. That's excellent. Well, let's get into aliens. But before we do, I want to let you know that Metastep came in with the $5 super chat. Says Adam is to side scrollers what Andreas Zertis is to based AF Monday.
Bullshit.
Love you, Craigs.
Wait,
Love every
like
one
the
of you on side
derailer?
scrollers.
you're the derailer.
You
That's
insulted
your hero
Adam so
name.
badly he froze.
It's
I'm not
just,
even frozen.
Oh,
just an observation. Metastep, you broke them. You broke
I'm
them.
not even frozen.
Metastep.
That's
How
your mod.
dare you?
That's your mod talking to you.
I know. That's one of my mods talking shit. Dude. No.
I mean, he's right. He's not wrong.
No, you too?
I mean,
it too, Brutus.
it's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? I love Andreas.
I do too. It's true. He's
The
a
eyes
man.
in March, in June. Anyway,
I like the I'm the Simon Cowell of
Yeah,
side
that's the
scrollers.
truth.
That's
the
what
real-
you told me that actually.
Yeah, I came up
Vlad.
with that.
You came up with that. Yeah,
Who
let's
am I?
let's go with that.
Who
You're
am
the
I?
Jerry
God.
Springer.
Oh,
All
Jerry
right.
Springer? I'd
Man,
say you're more like
That's
Maury
the first thing that
Povich.
popped. I don't know.
All right, Maury Poe.
You're more laid back than Jerry Springer.
Hey,
Agreed.
Flawed, you are not the father. How's that?
Damn. That was actually hit. It did hit. That cut. I felt
deep.
that.
Oh
It's all
shit.
about the inflection.
He's been paying child support for years.
Damn, bro. Oh, I gotta go.
Gino came in and gifted a membership to Brom Bombadil. Thank you so much, Brom. Brom makes you say thanks to Gino. Gino, thank you very much. And True King says, "Is Flawed Randy Jackson?"
Racist.
Just because
That's
he's black.
crazy.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
That's
me
a
and
no for
Randy-
me, dog.
I'm
Me and Randy
Seacrest.
have the same birthday, so if anybody's Randy, it's me.
Yeah, you could be Randy because he's
just
also a
from sharing the
producer.
same birthday. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be.
Hey,
I'll
I
be
told
Seacrest.
you I'm quarter alien.
Oh my
He'll
God!
probe
All right,
you. Watch out.
all right.
Randy's
So
into
look,
that too.
Adam asked. He said, "Hey, can we talk aliens today?" And then I quickly got erect and was like, absolutely, we can talk aliens.
Oh yeah, you're Jerry
And I was
Springer.
like, never mind. I'm very uncomfortable.
It was amazing.
And he was like, no,
And
we're talking aliens.
so with that said, Adam, you get to lead this part because you're the guy who's going to lead this whole thing. So you go crazy. Go.
Okay, well, let me. So the other day, just I don't know, like 3 or 4 days ago, there was a U.S. intelligence officer that became a whistleblower that claimed that the United States government is, in fact, in possession of an actual alien spacecraft, and not only that, they also have alien bodies, the drivers of this ship, and no one seemed to be talking about it. And I'm just kind of like, that's kind of a big deal.
Desensitized.
You know? Now, this has happened before. You may know Bob Lazar. He talked about working at S4 back in, I believe, the 70s, and he has all sorts of information about it. He never really tried to make money off of it. Like, he doesn't do interviews. He's very, I think you got to go through George Knapp to even get a hold of this guy to really like try to interview him. But they tried to deny it. They tried to say he's never worked there. He never worked at this place and that place. And then Bob Lazar went and completely vindicated himself by saying where everything is, describing the place perfectly, and then people cross-referencing it like, yeah, this is exactly what this place looks like. So Bob Lazar actually, he was there. He proved that he was there. So I don't know. The government was clearly trying to cover something up. Now this was decades ago now, but now we have a new intelligence officer. Let me share. I'll share it and I'll read.
Yes, please.
Okay, so this is, well, actually, I think there's a better article that I shared. Yeah, this one. Okay. Shout out to my buddy Quarter Black Garrett, and we'll probably talk about this on Forbidden Frontier, but I really want to talk about it, and clearly you want to talk about it as well.
Very much so.
Okay, there you go. Pop that up.
Okay.
Intelligence officials say the U.S. has retrieved craft of non-human origin. A former intelligence officer turned whistleblower has given Congress and the intelligence community inspector general extensive classified information about deeply covert programs that he says possess retrieved intact and partially intact craft of non-human origin. The information, he says, has been illegally withheld from Congress, and he filed a complaint alleging that he suffered illegal retaliation for his confidential disclosures, reported here for the first time. Other intelligence officials, both active and retired, with knowledge of these programs through their work in various agencies, have independently provided similar corroborating information both on and off the record. The whistleblower, David Charles Grush, 36, a decorated former combat officer in Afghanistan, is a veteran of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, NGA, and the National Reconnaissance Officer. He served as the reconnaissance officer's representative to the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force in 2019 to 2021. From late 21 to 22, he was the NGA's co-lead for the UAP analysis and its representative to the task force. The task force was established to investigate what was once called unidentified flying objects, or UFOs, that are now called UAPs, the Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena. I thought it was aerial, but I guess it's anomalous. The task force was led by the Department of the Navy under the Office of the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security. It has since been reorganized and expanded into the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office to include investigations of objects operating underwater. Now, that right there, I found really interesting because we have 10% of the ocean maybe explored. There could be a whole alien base just under the ocean that we would never know, just because we don't know what's down there. Grush, go ahead. You want to?
Well, so I have so many questions here that and you have a show where you talk about the stuff, Forbidden Frontiers, and it's you know, you get deep into the stuff. So let me kind of fire out my questions about these things, right?
Sure.
Number one, when these whistleblowers come out and they say here, okay, well, I feel like I should write all these questions down. But the first one is like, when these whistleblowers come out and they say, this is what we have, this is what is out there. Number one, do they have any proof, right? Because it's my understanding this guy is hearing this third party. He's saying that, hey, I know somebody who said that this happened, right?
Well, this is all setting it up. The next, I was about to start reading what he said is there.
Go continue.
Okay. I do want to say though, we just got a massive $50 donation over on Rumble, and I saw that and I'm like, oh shit, we gotta bring some balls into this. Flawed, you know what to do. I'm gonna read it, but
Wrong thing.
Hey, Zim, thank you so much for that, man. That is outstanding. Go read it off, Adam.
I'm going to read it off. Currently on my way to get some sweet disability benefits from the military. Nothing better than listening to the best gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth while driving for 3 hours. Oh, 3 hours. Well, balls to you, sir. Balls.
Shall we read
Yeah, I got
Raptor
demonic
fans as well?
voice. Nice face, Adam.
I didn't see GF Raptor fans come through on Streamlabs, so if I missed something, please read it.
She donated 100 bits and it said, "Yes, Craig, interview Adam. Please make it happen."
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Sorry, it didn't come through Streamlabs, and I apologize that I didn't see that. So I actually don't see it on Twitch at all. But well, Adam, do you want to be interviewed?
No.
Okay. Sorry, JF Raptor fam. Kyle came in
I do.
before we get into this, says Rich is an agnostic and personally and offends me personally when he calls the Bible a fairy tale book. Melanie Mack is a cherry picker when it comes to the Bible. Either way, this is going to turn into giant internet drama. Well, keep me out of it. I have no interest in being a part of it.
You said he offends you personally?
If I
know him personally?
Just personal sensibilities, personal beliefs. You know,
if I can make
weird.
jokes about cafeteria Christians, which you're saying she is one, then why cannot she make jokes about lightning striking a church after a pride thing? It's a joke. Again,
we need thicker skin. We need to be able to be offended and not worry about it and not give a shit. Like too many people are getting offended. Who cares?
Speaking about Flawed being Randy Jackson, says Hayden came in with the 5. Thank you so much, Hayden. Says, wow, guys. I'm sure it was because Randy produces music.
I didn't say it was because he was black.
And also, I didn't go there for the record.
I didn't go there.
I did. I went there. That was
Craig's
me.
the racist.
The fuck? God damn. All right. Hey, no more than you being a white nationalist, all right?
All right. All right, let's get back to aliens.
Diverse.
How did I end up on
racist
here?
and a white nationalist.
Oh my god. All right.
I'm trying to throw them all off the scent. Anyway.
All right, so aliens, yes.
All right, yeah, pop it back up. Okay, so Grush said the recoveries of partial fragments through and up to intact vehicles have been made for decades through the present day by the government, its allies, and defense contractors. Analysis has determined that the objects retrieved are of exotic origin, non-human intelligence, whereas extraterrestrial or unknown origin, based on the vehicle morphologies and material science testing and the possession of unique atomic arrangements and radiological signatures, he said. In filing his complaint, Grush is represented by a lawyer who served as the original Intelligence Community Inspector General. We are not talking about prosaic origins or identities, Grush said, referencing information he provided Congress and the current ICIG. The material includes intact and partially intact vehicles. In accordance with protocols, Grush provided the Defense Office of Pre-Publication and Security Review of the Department of Defense with the information he intended to disclose to us. His on the record statements were all cleared for open publication on April 4th and 6th, 2023, in documents provided to us. Now imagine what he isn't allowed to publicly disclose. This is what he's been. Everything that we're hearing about this, I found this really interesting. Is what the courts, like the defense office of pre-publication said, you can disclose this to the public. What is he not disclosing? If he's saying that they have intact spacecrafts, and you
Right.
say about proof, I mean that really is the thing that we don't know. Like, well, is there any proof? Well, no, and there probably won't be. And that's the thing that I think people need right now. They're like, oh, cool, yeah, we already kind of believed that. The people who believe the government has aliens believe it, are like instantly. They're like, yeah, of course, yeah. The people who don't believe the government has aliens, they're not just gonna be like, oh, some guy says they have aliens. Like, they're not gonna
Right.
switch. Everyone's kind of already made up their mind on this in this day and age, in 2023. People are told this. They're either going, yeah, we already knew that, or I don't believe it. I need to see it to believe it. So this doesn't change anyone's mind, having a new whistleblower. Granted, this isn't just some random person nobody knows in the middle of nowhere that says, I know the government has aliens. It's a government employee that was a veteran that served, and they tend to be less, or I would say they tend to be more trustworthy when it comes to whistleblowing stuff from the government. So there is that. I think it does add some semblance of credibility when
Yeah.
we're looking at where this information is coming
I'd
from.
like to say something about this guy's credibility.
Go
So
ahead.
this guy had a career in many government agencies. He was a serviceman, and if nobody would make this up to try, because it would ruin their career. You see what I'm saying? He worked all this time. Why would he? And he said it to Congress, to the Senate. Like, that's illegal if he lies. You know what I'm
That's-
saying? So
yeah,
this
and he knows
gentleman
that.
who worked for the government all this time and made his career in the government wouldn't just make this shit up unless he truly believes it.
All right, I have to throw this out there though. Unless that they want a distraction,
Right.
unless it's smoke and mirrors, and they're
True.
like, don't look at the dam, don't think about what's going on in the war, don't look into the election stuff, don't focus on this new alien talk. Now, honestly, it hasn't really worked. I don't see a lot of people talking about.
No
this,
one's
so,
talking about it.
You know,
Right, and-
if this is the case, then it's like you think they'd make a bigger deal out of it.
So let me put on my tinfoil hat here, right?
Go
And
on.
I hear that all the time where people are like, well, this is a distraction, right? Well, if the media is intertwined with the government who is providing this distraction, then everybody would be talking about
Exactly.
it, right? The media would be talking about it. This is built to be a distraction, but instead
Right.
nobody is talking about it. So I think that kind of destroys that idea, right? But I do think personally, so let me, I just got to put some bullet points here, right? And I'm just going to fire them off because these are things that are on my head right now. I do think that it's ignorant to think that in an entire universe and galaxy, whatever, however big, infinitely giant that it is, I think it's ignorant to think that we're here alone, right? I think that if we are just going to sit here and be like, yeah, we're the only people in the entire galaxy, universe, however far it expands, that can have, that has a planet where you have civilizations and all sorts of life. And if that's the case, I think it's incredibly ignorant to think that we are the height of civilization, right? I think that we are probably
our own or others.
Yeah, exactly. Is what I'm saying is like I guarantee there's way better technology out there than what we have on Earth, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't even think we would recognize it as technology, but it is. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
You know about the Drake equation, Craig?
No, but let me put a note about that. Let me just kind of word vomit my stuff out here. I'm going to put a Drake
Go ahead.
equation thing here. All right, number 2. This guy talks. He talked about in his quotes. He talked about how there's like very select people know about what's truly going on, and you heard about this with Bob Lazar. Like there's these organizations that are in the government that aren't that report to no one, right? It's like MIB, like Men in Black. Like nobody knows they exist, but they exist, right? I believe those things. I believe those agencies exist. I believe they're very well funded, and I think of it the same way that I think of a restaurant having a test kitchen or trying out new recipes. Like you need to know, you need to be aware of what else is happening and try new things and whatever, whether it's through technology or whatever, you always need to be advancing, right? Number three, the underwater thing is very intriguing to me. And that's something that has never really been talked about up until the last few years. The idea that they're here already, and everyone talks about how much we know about how much we don't know about the planet that we're on, and how much we don't know specifically about the oceans that take up 90 however percentage of the world's is. We don't know what the depths of the ocean looks like, and there's these videos of
or even the Sahara or the Amazon, like we don't know. No one actually looked.
And which is crazy to me, considering we have all this technology to see, you can zoom in on a 10-foot area through satellites if you want or whatever, and zoom in on things, but we don't know what's happening. Or maybe we do. I don't know. But once again, is it out there? Is it provided? So the underwater thing is really intriguing to me. The idea that they're here, they've been here, and you see these UFOs popping out of the water and going into the water just instantaneously, and then they're flying around the sky or whatever. That's intriguing to me. And number 4 or 5, depending on what bullet point. One thing that I don't hear discussed a lot is the idea of when we think of aliens, we think of these guys with these big old eyes, and they're all human. They're all our size. They're the size of Flawed or Adam or Craig or whoever. But why do they need to be that size? Maybe they're this big.
Yeah,
maybe they're giants, right? Maybe they're so small that we can't see them, right? There's just because we are this size doesn't mean they need to be this size. What if they're all 6 inches tall?
Maybe they're not physical.
Yeah.
Who knows, right? So these are all questions that I have that are intriguing to me, and these are just off the top of my head listening to this. But yeah, so the Drake equation, continue.
The Drake equation was created by, what's his name? Frank Drake.
The rapper.
Frank Drake in 1961. Let me see exactly what it says here. Actually, let me just share this because this actually shows. It's actually perfect, and it shows it in a really cool. This is from SETI.org about the Drake equation. How many alien societies exist and are detectable? This famous formula gives us an idea. The Drake equation, which was the agenda for a meeting of experts held in West Virginia in 1961, estimates the the number of transmitting societies in the Milky Way galaxy. This is just the Milky Way galaxy, by the way. The terms are defined as follows. N, the number of civilizations in the Milky Way galaxy whose electromagnetic emissions are detectable. R, so this is the equation here. The rate of formation of stars suitable for the development of intelligent life, number per year. FP, the fraction of those stars with planetary systems. Then NE, the number of planets per solar system with an environment suitable for life. Again, that we know of, though.
Right.
FL, the fraction of suitable planets on which life actually appears. Then we have FI, the fraction of life-bearing planets on which intelligent life emerges. FC, the fraction of civilizations that develop a technology that can produce detectable signs of their existence. And then L, the average length of time such civilizations produce such signs. So, like, you could think, like, we're an intelligent life form on this planet. We haven't, well, as far as we know, we haven't been able to, like, emit signals out into space until the past 50, 60 years, right? That we know of, anyway. So, you know, that's a very tiny, short window as far as what we're told humanity has been, right? Hunter-gatherers forever until the past 100 years. Then we've figured out how to do everything because we're the smartest we've ever been, which kind of crazy.
So let me ask you about this Drake equation.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy put it together, and here's my issue with this equation is that it's a man-made equation, right?
Sure,
like these are all variables that he and his group in 1961 were like, hey, I think that we should measure these things, and you know, and these are things that they put together. So it's a man-made equation built around their biases and their assumptions.
Yes,
right?
For example, to assume that people would send out some sort of signal that we could even detect that they're using light or radio waves, or that it's not something that we haven't discovered yet. You see what I'm saying? That's an assumption.
Right. There's a lot there, but I do think it's like having those conversations built around those type of equations are worth having. I think the biggest thing when it comes to any sort of alien life form is the personal accounts attached to people saying, "Hey, I saw this, and this person saw this."
I just saw
A
this
former
video.
president, Jimmy
I just
Carter.
saw this video yesterday. My bad. I saw this video yesterday. I just wanted to bring it up because I thought this is what you were going to talk about when you said aliens. In Las Vegas, a cop saw green light while he was talking to someone, flash and hit the ground, and then someone called the police and was like, "There's 8-foot aliens in the backyard right now," and they're just staring at us. Cops got there, turned off their camera, and said they didn't see anything. The cops saw something crash.
It's like I said something to somebody in the chat. They said, "Well, wouldn't there be pictures of it? Everybody's got a phone." Well, our pictures only take pictures.
Read the Rumble rant. That's a Rumble rant.
Yeah.
You'll read it instead of just.
Let me pull it up 1 second.
All right, I'll read it. Rod for $5 over on Rumble says there are 6.8 billion smartphones. Where is the HD pics of alien spacecrafts?
Right.
That is technology that we understand, that we know,
Right.
and are capable of using,
and that we can see. That's in our light spectrum.
There are technologies that we don't understand out there. I fully believe that, and a smartphone uses technology that we understand. If they are able to manipulate gravity, because they have to be able to, if they're the tic tac, if they're able to go as fast as they are and then instantly change directions, like we are incapable of doing that as humans. So what we've created, our engines, it goes forward. We cannot instantly change directions. To be able to do that, you need to understand gravity and understand how to manipulate or be Kobe Bryant, right? Sadly, he's no longer with us, so that mystery was lost.
Okay.
Does anybody remember the
What?
phone?
You don't like Kobe?
Dude, Kobe was amazing. What are you talking about?
We'll come back to that.
So there was a phone that when somebody was taking pictures, it could see through certain clothes, and they had to put a patch on the phone to stop it from doing that. That's the same thing.
Is that real?
Yes,
That's
it's
a real
A phone
thing.
was able to see through clothes?
Certain types of fabric, yes. And it's due to the visible light spectrum. Okay, so I just watched this whole special about it. We only see about 10% of the spectrum of light, right? So if something is not in our visible light spectrum, it is invisible to us.
Yeah. Then we need a way to meter it,
right?
To actually measure it.
So there could be things sitting on your head right now, if it's from, you know what I'm saying?
On your face,
like that you can't see.
Flawed is currently being probed as we speak.
Yeah,
and not by Travis.
That's my cousin.
Why don't?
Oh my gosh!
Leave me out of it.
That's my cousin.
There are so many questions that I have, right?
Before we move on, though, I want to finish just reading about the Drake equation. It's
Please.
Two more things.
This is nerd shit.
Number one, Drake himself considered the answer to N, what after everything was added in, to be 10,000. Okay, so 10,000 different civilizations in the Milky Way galaxy alone. That's just our neighborhood of the universe, right? That's one galaxy out of the, who knows? There's trillions of stars out there, right? And there's billions in just the Milky Way galaxy. So it's huge, right? So we can have other intelligent life in our own vicinity that we just don't know. Proxima B, it might have people chilling. Like, I wonder what that little blue dot. Not that they could see our little blue dot. But then there's the last paragraph also says, while the Drake equation cannot be solved or even accurately calculated, it retains a considerable utility for discussions about extraterrestrial life and intelligence. And that, after all, was the reason for its invention. And that's kind of just what it is. It gives you thought to how many are like Earth-like that we know of that could create life, that intelligent life could prosper to get to the point that they can actually send a signal, or maybe even understand that the signal that they get from us. 10,000. That's what he said, and it's just very interesting. And I'm with you. I think it's very it's crazy to think that we're just by ourselves out here, like, on this planet, in the universe. The universe is unfathomably huge. Like, we cannot comprehend it. It is just, it's amazing.
That's what she said.
Blabs, what do you think of all
I've
this?
been hearing that.
Like,
There's
you've been
just
fairly
so
quiet.
there's so many layers to this.
Yeah, but
It's so hard
now
to
is your
think
time.
what to believe.
I get that. Could be Project Bluebeam.
Well,
There's just so many things. Like, yeah, where's all the evidence? I mean, the government totally lies to us all the time, right? So who knows what we know and what's real? Like,
True. Absolutely.
it's very honestly, even for someone who doesn't give a shit really about aliens, like, yeah, you do you out there, man. Go have fun. It's very hard to figure out what's real, what's not real, what to make of any of this stuff.
Agreed.
Aliens may be so far advanced that to them any signals we're using is unintelligible. They can't
Maybe
they don't
it's
even
like a plant
recognize
to a boot. You know, they're the
It's
boot.
like
We're the
Tesla
ants.
laughing at us.
It's like trying to talk to a new cell phone with a Nokia from 1991. You know
Let me
what I'm
ask you
saying?
guys. There's a lot of accounts out there, right? We've talked about it on the. I'm more about the ancient civilization stuff. That's really what I'm interested in. The UFO stuff, I'm less interested in, but I am interested in it, right? The Forbidden Frontier show I'm talking about, and through talking about this stuff, I've learned that over the years there has been a lot of accounts from people, but centering around nuclear missile silos,
Right.
where nuclear weapons are held. And I'm always curious about that. And I had a friend of mine who tried to convince me to be a flat earther. Like, this was nearly a decade ago. Now, I thought it was hilarious. And I was like, humor me. He was a good friend of mine. So I was like, all right, I'll watch whatever you want me to watch. And I was watching the stuff. And there was one thing where this person was trying to shoot rockets up into space to, like, prove that, I don't know, there was a shield. I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah,
The firmament
it's gonna hit
is
the
a dome, some shit. And I'm like, all right, well, whatever. And there was, in that documentary that he was showing me, it talked about how these nuclear missiles, the army was trying to send them in the air, and something kept shooting them down, like some sort of laser beam. Something was preventing them from entering space. And they never really talked about it, but I was like, what the fuck was that?
They just gloss over it. Like,
Yeah, they
that's not
didn't
that big
really.
of a
I'm like,
deal.
that's
cool.
stuck in my head. And I'm like, I need to know more about that. Like, what is that all about? Like,
Well, it's like the cows,
well,
that
think-
have been murdered,
drained of their
but there's no
blood.
like trace or anything. Like, it's like, well, what's up with that?
Well,
Weird.
then nobody
if-
knows if there's a couple of instances of that, and then people do it on purpose. So now you don't know.
The cow
you know
thing,
what
I don't
mean?
think you could do on
Yeah.
purpose.
Well, I'm
Well,
just using
but
it
what
as an example.
what I'm talking about is the correlation of alien sightings and nuclear sites. These sites that could potentially do something that we don't understand. Like, what if splitting atoms in a certain way rips open a hole in space-time, or does something that absolutely destroys Earth? They're
What if it's
in,
the government?
over in SETI, in underneath the it's in between Switzerland and France. Do you know what I'm talking about? The Hadron
Yeah, Large Hadron
Collider.
Yep.
They're starting to make tiny warp bubbles
Yeah,
and
black holes.
tiny black holes, and they're like, well, what's the risk of this sucking, creating an actual black hole or something? Like, oh, it's negligible.
nothing, yeah.
And it's like, okay, but
But there is a chance.
there's
Yes,
a small
absolutely.
chance that
Yes.
it could create something. Like, what if these aliens are here observing us, going, these fucking idiots, man? I'm like, oh, these people are gonna freaking they're gonna destroy
Why don't
our
they do
universe.
something though?
So,
That's my question.
What if they don't want it? Like Star Trek,
Thanos style?
we don't make any,
Thanos
no contact
Unless
until
you're
they're
ready.
here
ready.
for?
Yeah.
That's the whole. They're here to prevent us from destroying their world.
But if they can't make contact, how are they? What are they going to do by being here?
To be honest,
How would they
preventing
save it?
us from maybe launching a nuke into space.
But that's doing something.
maybe we're very
True.
much like they
Yeah.
were
for
prior.
their own benefit is what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I'm just throwing it out there. There's some sort of reason why there are a lot of sightings around nuclear
But what
sites,
if that's
nuclear
the other
weapon
governments?
sites.
What if it's just other governments using
It very well
technology to go and
could
look
be.
at nuclear
Then I
sites?
think America would have used it and used it as a way to get more power from its people. This country is is going after us. Like, we need to up our military spending. People would
Yeah.
get behind that over wanting to just send military aid to another country.
But if it's a whole big conspiracy, then no, they wouldn't. They would just continue on and just be like, oh yeah, you guys see that? Don't pay attention to that, just to like get your attention
See,
on it.
This is why I believe aliens are real, right? So, and that the government's covering it up, because I believe if they didn't think it was real, they would use sightings to up funding for. They'd be like, look at all this stuff.
But
we're seeing.
they are
We need
though.
to
They
make
have
these
like
weapons,
they get mad
you know?
funding for space shit, all types of black shit, redacted shit that you can't see. They are making money off
Right,
of it,
but I
even
think it
without
would
telling
be
us
definitely.
anything.
It would be a public issue. I think that they would go directly.
But
to
why
the
would they
public.
need to do that if they could just keep you in like stupidity? You could just be stupid
That's
about
a
it, and it just
good point.
continue. They could use it any way they want in the future. They could fake an invasion. Like that's what Project Bluebeam is about. They could be like, be afraid of aliens, but be afraid of the government, and be afraid of. Meanwhile, we just have no idea because we're stupid and being propagandized.
It's simply just be afraid.
Yeah.
So we can control you.
So this guy, kind of circling all the way back, this guy has he has come out and said like these things exist. These we have aliens, we have bodies, we have this stuff. It's all out there, and we have it, right? And I just think this should be, if this is true. Now the other option is that it's a psyop, right? That it's a distraction. We've talked about that. The idea of like, we want to distract because there's a larger thing. But I think that if there is proof, number one, show it, right? Number two, don't shy away from it. I think the reason why the whole alien thing has been so tiptoed around is because I feel like it would destroy religion. I think for a lot of people, it would really do major damage to their beliefs in
for
religion.
some people, but I don't think
that would
necessarily happen. Like science and religion aren't juxtaposed like most people. That not in my mind. They can
a lot of people
work
just say it's
together.
demons. Aliens could be demons. A lot of people would say that. They would just continue on the path that they're on.
Or they just say God created them too.
Yeah, or God created aliens. I
Right.
don't think it would do anything to religion.
Right. Maybe we are the demons. We are the demons.
Damn, we got philosophical.
Be
Just
your
saying.
demons.
We may
No.
be.
Well, I certainly think that
We may
there's
be.
an argument to be made that this could be purgatory, but
I think aliens are real. Let me just say that. I do think aliens are very real. I just don't think what we're seeing is aliens. I think it's all a psyop, everything. Or else
Diana
they
Francisco,
stomp out all types of different headlines. Why wouldn't they stomp that out?
Yeah, true. Over on Rumble, Diana says, ancient mankind did not have the technology nor the means to build what they left behind.
True.
And carvings show us what appears to be folks in aircraft. Well, I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, we don't know, honestly. And the Younger Dryas shows that Earth was changed so drastically in such a short period of time. And maybe Atlantis did sink into the Azores. Maybe it is 3 miles underneath the water around the Azores island chain. Like we don't know. We haven't searched underneath there to actually like see if there's actually some giant city there or the Richard structure in Africa. Like we haven't searched around that area under the Sahara to see if there's actually buildings under there. What if it is all there? What if we did have technology that was destroyed by the Younger Dryas event, which brought the sea level 400 feet around the planet? 400 feet of water in the ocean? Like, that's an insane amount. You know how much land was actually lost? Like, it's shocking how much land was lost. And where do all our cities lie? On the water. Trade routes, fishing. It's an easy source of food for people. Like, humans live on water. And if suddenly the ocean's raised up 400 feet, like, that would change the entire... Well, first off, most of the cities would just instantly be drowned in a flood, which every civilization that we know about around the entire planet that had no clue, no way to talk to each other, talked about a flooding event that everyone was, it's in every single different culture around the planet there was a flood, and life seemed to start in 10,000 years or 11,000 years ago. And that's exactly when the Younger Dryas hit. And for those who don't know what the Younger Dryas is, about 11,000 years ago, there was a cataclysm. A major megafauna all went extinct. The woolly mammoths, the giant short-faced bear, like all these huge animals, like pretty much the last of the huge animals, like the elephant and the giraffe are like kind of all that's left of like these big animals on the planet, but they all went extinct. There was so much that went extinct, and to just claim that North America was just the Clovis people, but we don't know. We actually don't have any skeletons, or we haven't seen any proof of that's what it was. I think it was more all the ice sheets that was over Canada melted and just rushed over the entire planet and changed everything on the planet.
Crazy.
Question.
Go ahead.
The younger, there's a couple things here.
Sure.
The Younger Dryas is this, it's a, I don't know, it's a theory right now that archaeologists don't want to address because it disproves everything that they've talked about, right? But you said something that immediately went, how? You said, my theory is that it's all the Canadian ice sheets that melted. How they melt, why they melt, what caused them to melt, and why were they the only things that melted that caused the things to rise 400 feet.
Yeah.
Now, with that said, I think that if you were to look, like I drove out to West Texas a couple weekends ago, right? And on my way out there's the you're driving through the hill country, right? And you see these rock formations, right? That there is no way, like zero doubt in my mind, that you look at these things and be like, no, water definitely was not here, right? Like this is 100% at some point water created this flow that made the rocks look like this. And now this is desert, right? I do think that something happened, and I think that certainly makes sense. But back to my original question, why? How did these ice sheets melt? What caused them? And how does it relate to aliens?
Well, twice a year, the Earth passes through meteors, like a meteor belt. And I think it's the Perseids, and then I don't remember the name of the other one, but we go through meteors twice a year, every year, as far as we can remember. Now, the theory, and Randall Carlson really does a good job of explaining why he thinks this is the case, because of the scablands, which are, I believe, in Montana, and you could really see huge chevrons. And when you walk on a beach, like when you see the little waves on the sand from the water, and like that's from water and the movement of water. And the chevrons in the scablands are massive. Like I'm talking like 7-8 story building tall, of the same exact type, and this is created from water. And then he shows the water road, like you were saying, like in West Texas, you see all these things that looks like it was water. This is desert, and that's huge. Like how much water would it take for that to happen? And they haven't found an impact crater because I don't believe there is an impact crater. If something came and blew up in the atmosphere, you can't prove it because it doesn't impact. It blows up, and the fallout is what hit these ice sheets. And if the way that they're suggesting that it is, there was so much ice. Well, think about 400 feet of water, the ocean rising that much. How much water was locked into that ice for the entire planet? 400 feet of water, like that's insane, right? So this was probably a million tons of ice. I don't know how much ice it would be, but
could it have been an earthquake?
No, it wouldn't have melted in such a short period. That's the thing. This was like melted, all the water, boom, boom. It was such a short period. If it was, they said if all the amount of ice that would take to raise the level of the ocean 400 years, or 400 feet, excuse me, was dropped in like the hottest ocean, like put the ice in there, it would take like 30,000 years or some crazy amount, like an insane amount of time to actually just slowly melt the ice, because it was so much that it would keep itself cold and like slowly melt away over time.
It also reflects the sun.
This was very fast. And they talk about Lake Missoula, and there was an ice dam that melted, and there was flood waters, and that's kind of like the leading what the mainstream historians say happened. But that doesn't really that wouldn't make sense with the amount of these. I forget the name of the channels because there's the chevrons in the Scablands, but there's also probably what you saw, like these huge mountains where it seems like water just rushed over it and just tore away the land, and like that amount of water had to come from somewhere. It's not. It was so fast.
Right.
I thought you were saying ice fell into water and then water hit the land. I didn't realize you were saying it melted. And okay.
So what I think happened was we were passing through some. You know, we can have an interstellar object coming towards Earth right now, and we won't know until maybe 3 or 4 months in advance, and it can hit us, and we can be dead. Like Earth would just be done. We would be done if it was big enough, right? We couldn't do anything, and that's true.
My understanding, they can only track about 10% of the sky for that.
Yeah, exactly. So who knows? But if we pass through something and something big enough came and happened to go right on these ice sheets, that was actually a savior, because Chicxulub is what destroyed the dinosaurs. That hit the Yucatan Peninsula down in Mexico, and that thing turned the entire sky to.
A lot of words.
He has a question. Go ahead. I know I'm kind of word barraging.
What is this? What's that have to do with aliens?
Yeah,
I'm responding. Hold on. I'm responding to Diana Francisco. She said ancient mankind did not have the technology nor the means to build what they left behind, and carvings to show us what appeared to be folks in aircraft.
we're still there.
We don't. Yeah, look, you guys get me started on this kind of shit. I have so much information. I've watched.
Let's reel it into aliens. Let's reel it back to aliens. And I Adam, legitimately love your passion.
Okay.
Love your knowledge. I want to be really clear. I think this is awesome. But I want to make sure that Labs is engaged, and we're still talking about aliens, and we're keeping it somewhat up, because I think that
I'll bring it back right now. I'll bring it back right now.
Wait, where are we?
I think that it could be us. Like the aliens might be us from the past. Yeah, before the Younger Dryas. Like if they had the technology to build the megalithic sites on the planet that we don't even know how to build, look at the nubs, look at all the things that the insane huge pieces that the Romans said we didn't build that was here. We built our temples on top of that. The Egyptians, the Egyptians don't make claim that they built the pyramids. They're like, no, that was the Kemet. Kemet are the people who came before. That's what it directly translates to. Well, who came before? Scientists say that the Sphinx is 26,000 years old. How the fuck is that possible? Not because of the water erosion and the way that the land it proves where it is. If there are humans from back in the day that had the technology to survive the Younger Dryas, and all the hunter-gatherers that they knew and coexisted with, according to the lore, right? There was this, the Atlantean Empire were advanced humans, and they knew that there were still hunter-gatherers out there that weren't advanced like they were, because they were a seafaring civilization in like the Atlantean Empire would be like the Azores, the Mediterranean, North Africa, like that area, right? And that's they got devastated, but hunter-gatherers might have survived. Maybe they took their technology, built Göbekli Tepe, which is 11,400 years old, right? Just after the events of what happened. So is there aliens, or is it us from the past? Who knows? All right, I'm done.
Kind of like an alternate Earth almost.
Or just history that we don't know about.
It sounds like a show.
Yes,
Like
almost.
Well, I'm gonna start writing, guys.
It almost sounds like the 100.
Write this down.
Actually,
I'm paying homage to the thumbnail. All right.
No. Listen, I'll say this. I think that your idea of like, well, there's so much on Earth that we don't know. Is there ancient technology under the Sahara, because we've never dug down there? Like we've only gone down so far on Earth, let alone 400 feet or whatever it may be, to know these things.
What if we did? They just never told us.
Maybe, but we have radar technology now that allows you to go down 100 feet to see what's down below to avoid digging and all that stuff. But what if all that technology came from aliens, right?
Yeah,
Who knows, right? you know, and at some point there was something that was dropped off or given to us or developed here that led us to the opportunity of having what we have today. You know, we think we are so technologically advanced today. You know, the fact that I'm talking to you guys in various locations of the world instantaneously, and it's being transmitted instantaneously through, through wireless communication to people's phones and everything is like fascinating, right?
Sounds
But
like
imagine,
a Trojan
you know,
horse.
Even
I mean-
that though can look like using a rock to hammer a nail. Like if we were
Right.
looking, you know,
right,
So-
and you're right. To this technology, maybe that's the same. You know, that's you're 100% right. Maybe that's so primitive. They're like, "Are you kidding me?" They're doing that, and they just boop, or don't even, you know, they're going brain to brain or whatever using Neuralink to do it. So,
Yeah.
I think that I love this talk. I would love to talk about this for like 5 hours with you,
Me
Adam,
too.
and maybe that's what we'll do
I could.
because I know you could. I know because I legitimately love your passion about this. I love it. But with
Adam's
this guy,
frozen face does not look enthused.
Am I frozen right now?
Yep.
You've been frozen
For
for
a second,
while.
you were, yeah.
but I will say this: I think that I don't understand what this guy who came out and said we have all this stuff, what he has to gain from it, and I think the skeptic would say book deals, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But then it goes back to like Bob Lazar, and he's never done books or anything like that. He just kind of lived his own life, right?
And the dude was targeted by government people as well.
Oh yeah.
So, it's an amazing conversation, and it goes back to something I've said many times on the show. The older that I get, the more I realize I don't know shit.
Facts.
I don't know anything. You know, I don't know anything about. I know my little bubble. I know our little bubble, and outside, just even thinking about, you know, outside of the Earth, outside of the atmosphere, down in the oceans. What do we know? Nothing. How are we ever going to? Not in my lifetime are we ever going to find out, you know, inconclusive evidence that something like that exists. There's
You don't know that.
way.
Makes
Hey,
me
you don't
feel
know that.
tiny.
And you
We
should
are
feel
tiny.
tiny. Yeah, we're, you know,
We
all
are
we
the
are,
ants.
all we are dusts in the wind.
Specks of
Oh.
stardust.
Just dust in the wind, man.
True.
Let me go and read off some of these super chats and Rumble rants we had. Thank you guys very much for them. Greatly appreciate it. I think that it's important that you know, these conversations, keep them respectful. Some people may not believe in aliens. Some people may not believe in religion. Some people, you know, whatever. That's fine. Let them have their own thoughts. I goes back to my philosophy is I don't care how you feel about things as long as you don't tell me how I should feel. But I do want to go back to what Rod said. You know, he's asking about the smartphones, and his question, I don't think it was truly fully answered. He said, where are the HD pics of alien spacecraft?
I
Right.
answered that. Your phone wouldn't be able to see him.
Yeah, we talked
Oh,
about
so
that.
okay, so you were saying your phone's not smart enough to.
Well, your phone takes pictures in our visible light spectrum. That's its
Mhm.
job for you to see the picture. If something does not exist in our visible light spectrum, it would be invisible to your phone.
Got it. Okay, then that my brain was catching up to that. Diana also came in with the $1 Rumble Red says, if those of us who believe in God are a bit snide, it's because we're defending who we are, armored up out of the love for what we see as the downfall of mankind. Diana, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate that. All right, let's roll on this. Jeremy's non-existent eyebrows came in with the $10 super chat. Says 5-hour road trip today with some friends to a music festival. It's the first time going camping since the beer bug. I'm going to introduce them to Side Scrollers and Forbidden Frontiers on the ride. Let's go. Well, welcome
Thank you,
on out.
Jeremy.
Uh,
Jeremy's eyebrows
Hopefully,
or lack thereof.
you're traveling with your eyebrow friends. You know, that'd be great. Just a couple buddies. Winterfell came in and says, I just hope and pray that aliens make contact with the United States first and form an alliance. We are doomed if they make best friends with certain other countries. Think they came because World War II nukes.
I don't think they'd want to make friends with just one country. That would probably be a stipulation.
They'd be in all the countries.
All right.
All or none.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think
They're waiting
That's
for
what I
us to
mean,
become truly
All for
united,
one.
right.
and not under a globalist government. I'm just gonna.
I think
add
they
that.
are the globalist government.
Also, not by being scared of aliens, so we unite to fight them.
Like,
I
what
think
if
they wanna
all these
take us over.
globalists know, and they're like, the
I
aliens
think
are
they
like,
do.
once you finally rein it in, and you guys can all come together, then we'll finally allow you into the intergalactic. I don't know,
I
or
don't see that
whatever.
happening.
Peace treaty or something,
Federation.
right?
Yeah.
right. And
Everyone-
what if
nah.
aliens came down to like, you guys have borders? What is the country? What is that? Like, how does that work? You know, it's interesting. There's so
Sounds
many.
globalist.
Yeah. Raisin came in and says the original abductee was protected from legal repercussions by director of CIA. Same may apply to current whistleblower. Thanks for the stream. Driving 11 hours to Texas. Man, we got a lot of folks hanging out in their cars today.
Appreciate
great.
the listeners.
For
Hello,
sure, for sure.
fellow drivers.
It's for the meetup.
Fellow
right?
driver, are you driving to it? Flash?
No, I'm just saying hello to them.
All right. Hayden came in at the 5, says, I always wonder if there is something underwater, not like it came from somewhere else, but if they were here before humans, right? I mean, it's so, like, just the pressurized aspect of going down to the ocean that we can't handle that shit. It's amazing. Who
Maybe
knows?
we can. Blaz might have been right.
Maybe.
What?
Maybe we absolutely can handle it, and we can't, but they can. Like government.
He said Blabs might be right.
Yeah, because you said that. Maybe we already been down there. And we're
Flip
just
it.
saying we
She
don't.
don't
we
hear
haven't.
that enough.
It made me
She
think.
look. She
said
doesn't
it.
even believe it.
Double take, man.
Peter says, if aliens exist and are on Earth, why don't they make their presence known? If they have advanced tech, why wouldn't Earth be easy pickings for conquest?
Because why would they
Wow.
come all the way here to conquest us? They could find, if they can get all the way here, they can find another planet like Earth. It would be because we're here that they would come here.
Nah,
Or
we
it's
don't
like
know all
watching
that.
a reality show.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't know
Okay.
what they actually need for resources. We know what we have, and we're like, oh, we have this, but maybe they don't have specific resources that we have.
Very well could be.
Cow anus.
Yeah, specifically. That's what they keep going
We
after.
all come back to that.
Corn. We're here for corn.
You want some processed food, please? Some chips.
Psycho Stumpy came in and says, for his last trick, Kobe instantly changed from going up to going down.
I'm out. See ya. Bye,
Ooh.
guys.
Damn,
That one was rough.
Oh, man, let's go.
Unnecessary.
We'll need to have a Kobe Bryant conversation another time because I don't know. I know a lot of people like him, but
I don't.
not-
I'm not a Kobe
not-
fan.
me neither. Tommy
I
Review
was a
says, y'all
Jordan
should,
fan.
yeah, me too. Y'all should read the comic department of Truth. Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate
Never
that.
heard of it. Have to
Mhm.
look it up.
I have a Kobe Nutella basketball. That's it. That's all I got.
Kobe
Deflate it
Nutella.
and throw it off a cliff.
That's
Brahmin
Into a
Noodles
cliff.
came in with the $9.99. Says, I've always felt like aliens were monitoring us to make sure we don't leave the solar system unless we became less aggressive and destructive. We are like the
just
Zerg of the Milky Way galaxy. Hashtag StarCraft.
Yeah, we kind of are like
That's what Craig's
insects.
just said.
We just like keep fucking breeding everywhere. I mean,
Yep. Nikki came in with the 5. Thank you so much, Nikki. Greatly appreciate that. Says almost all the flood stories are very similar to what the Bible says. Yeah, and that goes back to pretty much all the what Adam was saying. All the ancient civilizations have some sort of flood story attached to them. No matter the religion, no matter where they're at, it always comes back to some sort of flood.
Yep.
Roland New came in and says, Adam, have you heard of diatomas and how they're okay?
Leah Thomas.
I don't know.
I think you're pronouncing it wrong.
My fault. Have you heard of Leah
That
Thomas
was
and how
great.
their tiny skeletons make up most of the sand in the Sahara?
It's ma'am.
They are plankton-like animals who provide the most oxygen on Earth, more than even trees. Even wow,
Wow,
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
interesting.
know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
people don't know the oxygen mostly comes from the oceans.
I didn't know that.
Wait, so you're telling me that cutting down the rainforest in Brazil isn't going to hurt things?
Well,
I mean,
that's
it
what-
will.
I mean,
trees produce plants in general produce a lot of
Yeah,
oxygen,
you
but
kinda
the
want a
ocean
certain
is
percentage,
really where
know?
it comes from, and
Damn.
we got to protect the oceans, man. People don't realize once the ocean goes, like we're fucked. It's a chain reaction.
I remember as a kid, probably 3rd, 4th grade, they're like, we are cutting down, 100 acres of rainforest every day in Brazil. And I was like thinking, and I was like doing the math. I was like, we're cutting down 100 acres a day. And I was trying to do the
How much
math
is
on it
that?
in my head. I was like, like that'll be gone in like 2 years. You know,
Yeah,
but it's still there.
It's slowed because we started using
Still
plastic.
there.
It's still there.
We started
Still
using
there.
plastics for everything, so that slowed down, and they also started replanting trees everywhere. So
Just replanting those 1,000-year-old trees. They just pop right up.
well, and that's where the zones you're not supposed to do it. You're supposed to plant trees, let them grow, take them down, and it's supposed to be a cycle. But
Roland Du says follow up. That proves that the oceans covered Africa.
they did, yeah, big parts of it at least, if not the whole thing.
Adam, you guys talking about that on Forbidden Frontiers, talking about how there's all this salt, and when you look at the sand, the flow of the sand, it's like, how can you not? That absolutely looks like water float over there at some point. You know, it's pretty crazy. I could talk about this all day. Sal came in with 2, says watch Ancient Apocalypse.
Good show.
I'm trying not to talk because this is a subject that I can.
So
go
you are
along on.
Andreas.
And no, I have the ability to not talk though. That's
Yeah, true.
There's a major difference there.
True.
Like I said, in the interest of not going 5 hours, I think we should come back to this for sure. We should absolutely come back to this. Would love it. Yeah.
Forbidden scrollers.
And Willing Through Life with Brian says, what if we are scrolls from the MCU?
Why haven't I learned how to change my shape?
But for what? Scrolls?
Scrolls?
From MCU? From Marvel?
Just talk to HR.
I'm the wrong guy.
We are. Hey, we're side scrollers.
Ah,
Love
that's
that.
not the same.
Oh,
Just
wordplay.
trying to tie back in. That's right. Wordplay's fun. All right. Look, I love Alien Talk. I love everything about Alien Talk. I keep going another hour. Just me and you, Adam, just like digging in. But,
I can't. I'm hungry.
okay.
I'm
I know,
hungry
but,
too.
but what I'm saying is, so if you guys would like more Alien Talk, please let us know down in the comments, wherever you're watching, whether it's Rumble or YouTube, Twitch. Sorry, you can't do that. Because I would love to continue the conversation here. This is always fascinating to me. Once again, it goes back to, I feel like there's so much that we don't know about the world that we live on. And in my lifetime, I don't think we're going to know even a fraction of what truly is capable. But that's where we're at. But I'm also old. So I'll be dying a lot sooner than you guys. So if you guys are watching over on Rumble,
dude.
well, I was more speaking of like blabs.
Don't forget,
Blabs.
Travis said I'll die in 50 years.
That's true. We all probably
Damn.
will be blabs. It's okay.
I was
You
Well,
did
it's
say
like,
that,
right
Josh.
on.
Yeah.
You guys
I'll be
watching
outta
over
here.
on Rumble, do us a favor, hit the follow button as we grow a little bit more every single day. If you guys haven't yet, we appreciate all those Rumble rants, those super chats. And if you guys really want to support us, a great place to do that is over at patreon.com/sidescrollers. We would love for you to pop over there as we are working on ways to further incentivize you guys and reward you guys for your support over there, the consistent support. That is very, very important. So thank you guys very much. Flawed makes you tell everybody where they can find you.
Rumble, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Locals, all Flawed TV except Locals. Locals is Flawdzilla, and I'll be on the debut of Normal World on the 20th.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah, I
Well,
can't
I'm
wait
looking
for
forward
that.
to that, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
Can you tell us anything about it?
No, I'll just say I'm in some stuff, but I don't know. I have scripts, but I can't tell you what they're about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Secrets. Make sure you guys show up in about 30 minutes or so when for the first time we will have beer goggles on stream. There they are, the beer goggles. I mean, you can see how insane that is. And
Man, look at that.
that'll be an option we're going to be throwing out here in just a little bit as we continue the Mario Funathon. So about 30 minutes from now, make sure you guys are back. Yeah, we'll finish hard. We go follow Flawed, go follow Travis over on Twitter, go follow Blabs over on Twitch and on Kick, and of course go follow Adam Krigler over on Rumble and Locals, of course. So make sure you guys go find him over there.
Rumble.
Appreciate you guys popping in, supporting the show today. Great support. Diana's going to finish us up with a $1 Rumble rant. Says the rainforest deforestation was killing off plant and animal life that had yet to be discovered. So sad. Rainforests are also the lungs for our planet. Thank you, Diana. Appreciate that. Really appreciate all the support. You guys have an excellent day. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. See you guys later. Hit that follow button over that Rumble. See you guys later on. Have a great day. Bye-bye.